Hello Aries, excuse me. Welcome to your reading for the first couple of weeks of July. First 2 weeks or thereabouts. Yeah, it's going to be a general reading, so please take what resonates and leave the rest. And yes, welcome in the Archangels, Ascendant Masters, and light beings, star beings that you feel resonant with, as well as any other spirit guides. Welcoming in our higher selves as well, and any animal, ancestral, or dragon guides you feel resonant with, Aries. Okay, well, we have the title card of the deck. So maybe that's something. Maybe you are trying to think of a title for something, or maybe you are, I don't know, something to do with that, a title, a new name, or something or other. Here we have the Eight of Wands and the Chariot. Wow. This looks like action stations, Aries. And maybe there's something you've been preparing for here, and recently you've started to take action on it. Okay. Yeah, there's also an element of, with that Chariot, it can also be talking about personal growth, development, or improving your skills, learning something, really sort of, I guess, preparing yourself for something. Can be talking about, personal development, personal growth, and also that idea of, really disciplining yourself, gathering your resources, really activating, being very focused as well. And also kind of moving into something unfamiliar. Maybe you're stepping out of the familiar and moving into the relatively unfamiliar, something to that effect. And it's looking like there's going to be some changes, there's going to be some action, and there's going to be some passion too for you moving forward. I think you're really going to be activated and inspired here. Or maybe just recently that's what's happened. At the moment, yeah, you have all this fire energy. Ka-chow. 3 of Wands and the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands can mean that you have reached an achievement, or you've reached a milestone of something. It can also be talking about that maybe you're needing to rest, but I don't think this is the case in this reading. I have a feeling as though this is there's something that you've been putting a lot of effort into here that is going to be culminating, and it's preparing you to take this next step. 3 of Wands. I think you're feeling very ready. It's like it sort of feels as though you've got all your ducks in a row, and you're sort of just ready to move on something. Okay. Fire. Okay, so transformative. A lot of action, a lot of creativity as well here for you, Aries. And yeah, underneath we have the 8 of Pentacles and the Hermit. So this is interesting as well. And maybe there is an aspect to this of, maybe you are needing to slow down. I'm going to have to eat my words now. Because you have the Hermit here and the 8 of Pentacles. So there's something about this Hermit energy that if you, I guess, you've cultivated some stillness and your soul energy, maybe tuning into your soul and really working in a way, or doing a project or a job or something, activating yourself through a hobby, that's really going to help you to tune into your soul energy here and really kind of coming into alignment with that. So it's kind of looking like you might need to take those little timeouts to just tune in order to make the choice to align with your soul here. You also have the 7 of Pentacles and the 5 of Swords. So I think what this means for general direction moving forward is that you're going to really be focusing on and really kind of creating awareness around what's working for you and what isn't. And I think also there's this idea of that maybe there's something either you need to walk away from, or there's something here that you need to claim as your success, or to claim as yours. Ideally not at the expense of others, but sometimes this Five of Swords talks about winning at all costs. So it can also have this idea of like, you know, just doing what it takes, okay, Aries. But of course, ideally not if it's, you know, going to be harming others. And yeah, right. Because we want to be sort of operating for the highest good of all as moving forward here. There's something about exerting yourself in a way that is sort of in alignment. I really like the Pentacles because they often talk about growth and development as well. So I think you're kind of going to be, yeah, kind of really aligning with your soul and the ways in which you need to grow and develop here. You've got the Chariot as well. Eight of Pentacles. There's something about a work here, or maybe a spiritual kind of mission, something creative, something that's going to be soul activating for you. But also just Spirit saying, remember to take breaks as you need, and you might need to do that periodically or regularly in order to keep your center. Outcome, well, we have the King of Cups. Nice Pleiadian energy. Two Pleiadian energies there. Nine of Cups as well. Eight of Swords. And another Page of Cups. So it's looking like the Pleiadians are sort of have a message for you here, Aries. And this is that Nine of Cups, King of Cups, is for you to really align with what gives you joy. This is a very vibrant Nine of Cups. This woman's wearing yellow, so very much like that sun energy. So really moving into joy and high frequency as you move into your soul energy, your soul purpose. That could be what this reading is actually about, because we have this, the Hermit is always like the soul seeker, the soul contemplator, right? Contemplating the soul. But you're going to be working in a way that supports the integration of your soul. We could say that, I think. And I mean, the five here could be talking about that, you know, maybe you're looking at your ego. This is a very egoic card here. And I'm not saying that you are egoic in a negative way. It can just represent ego, negative aspects of ego, I guess. So maybe if there is something about your ego that has been possibly resisting your higher self, or I was going to say sabotaging, you know, if that's a thing. Of course, it may not apply. But, you know, and maybe with the Seven here of Pentacles, you're really kind of wanting to bring down into physical manifestation this higher self energy coming through with the Chariot here, to kind of, I guess, meeting this higher self and ego, kind of looking at that interaction for you, Aries. And here you are, King of Cups, in this meditative state situation, perhaps contemplating your higher self and your soul, right? And this is also a Pleiadian guide, because in this deck the courts represent guides, not a specific named being, but just generally, and there could be a spirit guide, a Pleiadian spirit guide that's helping you at the moment. Pleiadians are really big on like joy, you know, peace, harmony, balance, love and compassion as well. Nine of Cups, King of Cups. Okay, so you may feel quite resonant with the Pleiadians at the moment, and they do have this message, I think, for you at the moment of helping you probably to activate your joy and keep choosing joy. Okay, things that you love to do. And yeah, this is the Eight of Swords, and that this is, you know, something you may not be aware of, is that you will be setting yourself free here. And I think it's going to be via this almost like an inner child Pleiadian energy that is going to be sort of activated within you. You may or may not be a Pleiadian starseed. You may or may not have, perhaps in past lives or parallel lives, associated with Pleiadians in a strong way, but they sort of seem to be coming through here. So this energy here of focusing on your emotions, on feelings, on your spirituality, And, you know, creativity as well, okay, is really going to help to set yourself free here, the Eight of Swords, which is that energy of feeling restricted and bound, but it's more like a feeling or not an actual, you know, not an actual restriction, or, you know, it's like the conditioning that you're going to be letting go of, all those beliefs and values that maybe have held you back. You're going to be releasing those, Aries. And I think that is also probably part of your preparation here to moving into your soul purpose. There's something here that you're going to be releasing from. It could be a habit, a belief, you know, something or other. And this one's dropped, so let's grab that. Wow, Ace of Cups. Yeah, Spirit is here, has your back, is here for you. Okay, Aries. Once again, you know, this love, compassion, understanding, joy, spirituality, creativity, intuition as well. Anything to do with the water element, but also that soft aspect of going with the flow. You also have the Four of Cups and the Three of Wands. So this is almost in, you know, something you may not be aware of, literally, is that if you are at times dwelling on things that are not working, I think Spirit's saying, you know, just remember that this rainbow here of colours coming down into this cup. So it's like the Ace of Cups is always there, you know, at your disposal. It's just that matter of tuning in and, I guess, yeah, making that shift in state of consciousness and in frequency so that you can turn around and really partake of all of the wonderful goodies that the Ace of Cups is representing there. In other words, translating to all that good stuff in your life, which I think has a lot to do with your soul purpose here and you coming forward here very strongly with this Chariot of, you know, your soul energy, really aligning with that. Three of Wands, interesting, you had that at the start as your current energy. So Spirit's confirming that yes, you are ready to take a step in a direction that is in alignment for you. Okay, in alignment with for your soul as well. So let's grab a Zen Tarot, Zen Osho Tarot, I should say, as well. And then we'll look at the bottoms of the decks. Really good, nice major arcana here. You've got the Chariot, Hermit, Ace of Cups. Oh, sorry, that's not a major arcana, is it? Just looks like it because it's an awesome picture. Yeah. It's interesting because the Chariot is very much moving out sort of into the world, whereas the Hermit is kind of going within. But sometimes even going within can be a bit of a journey into the unfamiliar as well. Okay, so there could be that theme for you there as well, Aries. And here we have adventure. Beautiful. I love this. Page of Cups. Page of Pentacles, sorry. Inner child energy, adventure, and maybe Aries, this is about you stepping into your soul energy and I guess viewing it and holding that as a new adventure. Okay. Your soul purpose, maybe stepping into that. It's going to feel like an adventure. And here we have the beautiful Seven of Cups. So, yeah, and of course, along this path, there are going to be distractions and there are going to be options. There's going to be different paths, different, I guess we could say, timelines that you can possibly take, different, you know, energies that you can tap into. But that's just, you know, one of the wonders of the infinite number of choices that we have open to us at this time. And I think that's why this is important for you, Aries, to really take this time out to come back into your center, right? Not anyone else's center, not anyone else telling you what to do and how you should be and what your purpose is, yada, yada, okay? This is about you coming into your center, really holding that and honoring that. And here we have the Eight of Wands again. So, yep, Spirit's confirming things are going to be moving around. Things are going to be shifting and changing. And that's part of the process. And, yeah, also another good reason why when things are shifting and changing, especially a lot of energies coming in, also a great reason to cultivate that ability to come into center. And here we have it, King of Cups. I've been guided to this straight away. Sitting in meditation in a nice, calm, tranquil, environment, room, situation, and really just coming into center, focusing on the breath. Okay. The Devil, this is the stuff that, you're letting go of here, Aries. And these people here in this particular Galactic Star Tarot deck have mobile phones. So maybe it could be a case of decreasing access to technology, or if you do find that you're on your phone a lot and sometimes you find yourself telling yourself, geez, I'm on my phone a lot, then maybe pulling back on phone time, possibly. But that can also just be talking about the unhelpful values and beliefs that have held you back. And like we said, this is the Eight of Swords, that is really, that you're really breaking free from all of those unhelpful attachments. And this is almost as well like coming at this whole energy here with innocence. Okay, this is a very childlike energy. So almost approaching your, if you're doing your hermit time, approaching your inner obstacles with, I guess, a spirit of innocence and curiosity, and also love and compassion. Okay, really loving yourself, even though you might feel like, oh, I have this habit and I do this and I really don't like that and I feel bad about that. I mean, it's a huge challenge being on Earth at this time in a human body. So it's about giving yourself a pat on the back and really holding space, unconditional love for yourself, Aries. And here we have strength. Boom. Yeah, that's really nice, because it's saying that you are very strong, Aries. You have the ability to transmute whatever needs transmuting, to let go of what needs letting go of, and to come into your center. You have this ability, as many of us do. And yeah, just awesome. Also, this idea of discipline, very much like, I mean, if you've got the Strength and the Chariot in your reading here, okay, these are very strong, powerful energies. So just keep in mind that you are a powerful being, Aries. Let's look at the bottom of this deck lastly. And yeah, possibilities. This is the Two of Wands in this deck. And I really love this because it's got a nice scene here. We have the eagle, or maybe an albatross or something flying overhead there. So a higher consciousness animal, birds, okay. Beautiful scenery, open space. Possibilities are actually pretty endless at this point, okay, and they always have been. But for you, Aries, I guess this whole thing about it being an adventure is to really align with your soul, work on your breath, and to really sort of tune in to your possibilities, your strengths, your abilities, your gifts, okay, your talents, and, and also tuning into some spirit guidance as well, okay, your higher self, but also perhaps, calling on the Pleiadians. I think they're going to be really helping us in terms with this big thing of letting go a little bit by bit of the logical overthinking mind. I feel like this playful childlike energy that the Pleiadians are bringing in are really going to kind of help us get into flow, okay, Aries, and for you to sort of tap into that, and to, by doing that, even in a hermit mode, you can be in flow, okay, so that you can really hit on this Eight of Pentacles, whatever it is that you feel your soul is really wanting to work on, or how you're wanting to work in the world, and what your offering is to humanity moving forward. Okay, I think that's something you're going to be really looking at closely, possibly in the next couple of weeks. Okay, yeah. So I hope that's been helpful. I think we'll wrap it up there. There's a lot of beautiful images here. I think this reading is really awesome for you. And this Nine of Cups here, a lot of joy, happiness, contentment, fulfillment. Yeah, just awesome. Yeah, so there we have it, Aries.
I think we'll wrap it up there. Hope it's been helpful. Look forward to your next reading. In the meantime, have a great day, a fantastic week, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.